Come in.
All right. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to be at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. This year, GIJ is 60 years old, so I'd like you to sing Happy Birthday for GIJ. You ready? Yeah. I'll give you the tune. Happy birthday to you. Ready? Sing! Happy birthday to you. With energy and vim. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear GIJ. Oh. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray. Thank you so much. And I'm glad to be here. And since it's a birthday, there has to be a gift. Yes. Yes. So I'm going to give you guys a gift. All right, so put down this, write this down. Open your email accounts on your phones and write down acobooks.com. And then put down this email address, public speaking A to Z at gmail.com. Okay? So just send a blank message to public speaking A to Z at gmail.com. Put acobooks.com in the subject, and I'll send you a free chapter of my new audiobook, which is going to be on acobooks.com in a short while. The audiobook is called Speak in Public with Confidence. 101 tips you can use right now. I'll give you one chapter out of that particular book. So you go and check it. Just send an email to publicspeaking@gmail.com. Put this in the subject, and I'll respond by the end of today with a free chapter from my new book, which promises to help you in your public speaking journey. Okay, so since we are in an institution that promotes communication, it was set out initially to be a journalism institution. So we are going to go into the definition of journalism, or the spelling of journalism, and this journalism will give you your 10 tips this morning, okay? Let's spell journalism backwards. Backwards. Let's spell it, journalism. All right. S, are you sure? Yeah. Okay. I. L. Okay. A. N. R. U. O. J. Well done. Journalism, spelled backwards. Okay. So these 10 letters will give you 10 tips you can use right now to become a great public speaker. Let's start with J. J is for jokes. The latest joke I received was about a guy who told his wife that he was traveling somewhere on the ill-fated Ethiopian Airlines jet. Of course, you know what happened to that jet? The jet crashed, and now the man is officially dead, but he's elsewhere. Now, this is a stale joke because when the Malaysian jet came down, jokes like this were passing around, and people think it's funny, but think about the family members of those who lost their lives. If you receive a joke like this on your phone, it won't be funny because your person is really dead and it's not coming back, and it's tired. It's a tired joke, so-called, because it's something that has been going around. Anytime there's a plane crash, which is in the news, then you see all these kind of jokes coming around. What I want to tell you is that in public speaking, joking can get you into serious trouble. And if you want to be entertaining, you can do it without cracking jokes. A joke is a joke when everybody sees it as it's fun. Okay, so when you crack a joke and not everybody is laughing, you know that you have a problem. Okay, a lot of public speakers think that they need to crack a joke to be funny, to connect with the audiences. but it's not something that I've ever done. It is possible for you to give a speech without cracking a joke. If you want to be entertaining, you can make interesting observations about stuff that is going on. I'll give you an example shortly. Even smiling, just getting on the stage and smiling, without even saying a word, will make people warm up to you and want to know what is happening. A lot of times when I get on the stage, I stand and I just look around and I smile. And you see that people start smiling, and then you get on with your speech. It's a really good way to connect with people. The reason I say jokes are not to be used when you're in public speaking situations is that if you start with a joke, the audience is going to expect you to be cracking jokes all the time. And you're not a professional comedian. You can't compete with DKB and Jacinta, and you know all your people, you know all the comedians. You can't compete. So be careful about jokes. Okay? So, but you ask me, so if I can't crack a joke, how can I be entertaining? So, when I came in here, I started with the happy birthday, GIG. Because you're all journalism students, at least those of you who are here. Those who are watching elsewhere, maybe not. But you, those of you who are here in this room with me, you know that this year is GIG's 60th anniversary. And if it's a birthday, of course, there's singing of happy birthday. If I got a cake here, you would have liked it even more. I didn't bring a cake. So I gave you a gift, which will enter your email as soon as you send me that email. So without cracking a joke, by being relevant, you can actually be entertaining. And people will know that, okay, well, yeah, it makes sense. I don't think any of you expected to come here and start singing happy birthday, did you? So that was a bit of a surprise for me. And I saw people smiling. I hardly see people frowning and singing happy birthday. So that's a way of getting yourself engaged with people. I remember when I was emceeing the launch of Africa World Airlines. It fell on the birthday of Kwame Nkrumah. So my introduction was, many years ago in 1909, this day is a special day. In 1909, the person who found independence, or fought for independence, and won for Ghana was Kwame Nkrumah. And then today, we're also launching the independence of a new airline, Africa World Airlines. And then people saw the link. And some people hadn't even made the link, but when I made that link, it was entertaining for them. So, okay, wow, this is good. And then we launched into the event. So look for current things that are relevant to your audience and then launch to them. Please, jokes can get you into trouble. So be very careful about jokes. So first tip, no jokes, but be relevant and be entertaining. Second tip, O stands for over-prepare. Over-prepare. Okay. So you are over-preparing when you know a lot about your audience before you even step into the room to speak with them. So when I was invited to come to this talk, I asked my inviter, how many students are going to be here? What do they do? How much time do I have? Those questions like that are critical. So even before writing down the speech, know who you are speaking with. Because public speaking is you doing the speaking, but to the public. So if you don't have that information, you may get your wires crossed. If, for example, you were given 1 hour and you came and prepared for a 2-hour talk, you're in trouble. After 1 hour, people leave you. You understand? So know as much as you can about your audience. It's very important. Over-prepare. And then when it comes to your speech, well, you've got to, as soon as you're given an opportunity to speak somewhere, start doing your research. Start doing your research on your topic. I knew when I was given this invitation that I had to come with something that would be interesting, that would engage you for the time that I'm here. And I thought, okay, let me play with the word journalism, since we're in the Ghana Institu of Journalism. Instead of just saying, here are 10 tips on public speaking, let me make it relevant to my audience. So I thought, I've written a book on public speaking tips. So I just went through the book and looked at the tips, looked for J, looked for O, U, all the way to M, and structured my talk around it. So I can give this talk without a PowerPoint, because everything is there, I've prepared for it, And so you've done your research, you know who your audience is, you know your topic, now you prepare by rehearsing as much as possible. Ryan Tracy, one of my mentors in communication, public speaking, says you should practice your speech at least 10 times. 10 times. So you take a walk in the morning, practice your speech aloud, practice your introduction, practice your ending. Have it in your mind straight so that you know exactly what you're going to do when you stand in front of the audience. If you do not practice, you get you in trouble. The audience will know, and you will not deliver to the best of your ability. So you always want to be practicing, preparing, researching your audience. That's what you call over-preparation. The time to sweat is before you get on the stage. Sweating on the stage makes no sense. But your audience will not appreciate it if you are in trouble. It means you didn't prepare. I can bet you that everybody who came here with a mission of trying to learn something serious about public speaking. So if the speaker doesn't deliver, then it's like a waste of time. You don't want that to happen. So over-preparing is critical in your public speaking journey. Now, U stands for underrate. Underrate. Okay. Underrate. Do not underrate your talk. Somebody may tell you, oh, it's only some students who have a free period, so just come and talk to them small about public speaking. Oh, it's only 5 minutes. Just come and say something and go. Pass through. I get a lot of those pass-through requests. Oh, we are doing some event, Charlie, pass through for us. You underrate it, and it will give you problems. So, a public speaking event is a serious event. So you don't want to underrate the magnitude of your assignment. The earlier you start preparing, the better. Small room, few people, hey, but those few people will be key decision makers. For example, if you go to a job interview, there may be only 5 people in the room. And you, of course, you know that the job interview is a public speaking moment, isn't it? Those 5 people are the people who may or may not give you a job. So you underrate an event like that at your own peril. For example, they can ask you at the end of the interview, so what do you know about our company? If you didn't check, you couldn't say even the name of the CEO or what award they won just last week. Maybe there was an award event and they just won an award last week. If you can't come up with that, they'll sit and think, okay, do we really want to employ this person? She doesn't even know anything about our company. She didn't prepare. She underrated the whole event. Oh, it's just an interview, small panel, 5 people. Yeah. So please, do not underrate any public speaking occasion. If you're speaking on behalf of your class at a graduation ceremony or a matriculation ceremony, take it seriously. If you're going for your interview, take it seriously. These are all public speaking events. If you've been called or you've been nominated by a group in your class to go and give a presentation on a particular subject, maybe PR or advertising or communication, please take it seriously. When you stand in front of the audience, you are representing your group, your discussion group. You can't let them down. So don't underrate any public speaking event. You underrate it at your own peril. Now, R stands for read. Yes. Read. Okay. It is obvious, or maybe not, that to be a good speaker, you must be a good reader too. You know? But what are you reading, really? Before we even come to the obvious, which is the books, you should be able to read yourself. How do you read yourself? You must know the kind of person that you are. Are you the kind of person who is able to speak at short notice, little preparation? Maybe that's you. If you are the other person who needs a lot of time to get his or her act together, then please respect yourself. Read the kind of person you are. You should know the kind of person you are, and then work to your strengths. You should be able to read an audience too as well. So you stand in front of an audience and you look at people's faces. You know? I don't go for those tricks where they say, avoid people's eyes, look on top of their heads. No. Imagine having a conversation and looking on top of the other person's head. After a while, the person will look at you, what's is there something over there? You know, you look into people's faces and you deliver your thoughts to them. You know? So you've got to read your audience. If your audience starts yawning, then you know that the people are sleepy or they are getting bored. If you see frowns on people's faces, it means they don't quite understand what you're saying. And it's okay for you to ask, oh, is everything okay? Is there a point that I just made that you do not understand? that can work. If you are smiling, it is most likely that they are enjoying what you're doing. If they are writing things down, it's even better. They're following you. You're picking up the gems. But you must always be in a state of monitoring, always looking at your audience and trying to get feedback from them. And you don't look at one place for too long, otherwise these people feel starved. And these people also feel starved. So you've got to do your wiper action. What is the wiper action? You look here a little bit, deliver a point, and then you look to the middle, you speak to those in the middle, and then you speak to those on the left, and you come back again, like a wiper in a car when it's raining, wiper, like that. By the time your talk is over, everybody has gotten the impression that you spoke to them. Because we use our eyes to speak. Yeah, eyes are a big part of non-verbal communication. You can read what is going through somebody's mind if you look at their eyes very carefully. You can see. Of course, the most obvious of the reads is hook. And do a lot of research before you come and talk. Okay? You should be able to quote examples, illustrations, statistics, to back whatever point you're trying to make. And you get that from books that people have written already. All you do is read them. This great book website that I want to share with you is b-ok.org. So one of my professors here when I was at GIJ gave us this link. It used to be called Book ZZ. It's now called b-ok.org. Whatever book you want is there. You just type in either the name of the author, or the title of the book, or the subject. Just put it there. You get the books there. PDFs. You go read. Get all the knowledge that you want. Reading is critical. Okay? So please, if you don't read, you will not move ahead. It's as simple as that. If you read, for example, just a book a week, in a year you would have read at least 50 books. So you can actually become an expert in your field just by reading one book a week from that particular field. So think about it. Reading is really critical. Now, N, we're spelling journalism and we're using for our tips. N stands for no. Okay, there are a lot of things that you should say no to in public speaking. One of them is saying no to boring. Boring. You must try to be entertaining as much as possible. How does one become entertaining? Like I said, no jokes. But interesting observations. Interesting revelations. You've got to be up to date with the news, know what is happening. And you make the points about it. If you're a football fan, you know what happened over the weekend. You know the teams to laugh at. You know the teams who did well also. The players who did well. If you are, I don't know, whatever field you are in, try and know a little bit about it. Make it so that, and make it relevant to your people. Your audience must be relevant. They must have relevant information about what you're saying. If it's not relevant, it's almost no scoring. So you want to be as relevant as possible and vary your talk. So if you use long sentences after sentence, you sound like a lawyer who's using arguments in the court. It's boring. So short sentences, long sentences, engage the audience, you smile at them, you ask them questions, you vary your talk so that it becomes interesting. Even before you talk, say no to very cold water. Very cold water will affect your throat. Makes your vocal cords, the muscles in your throat, smaller, constricted. And then it will affect the quality of the voice. And if your words can't come out, nobody will know what you're saying. You run away from things like yogurt, milk products. They're not good for your voice. If you're going to speak somewhere, please don't go for it. It makes your voice, it produces more phlegm, more mucus, and there's no place to go and speak when you're talking, you're on the stage. Yeah, so be careful of that. Say no to topics you know nothing about. Okay? Often they call you to come and speak somewhere, and they give you a topic that you don't know anything about. The most honest way to go about it is to say, I'm sorry, I don't have any knowledge in this topic. Kindly Can I recommend somebody who can speak to you on this issue? It works. See, audiences are very smart. When somebody stands on the stage and he or she doesn't know what he's talking about, they can tell easily. Though what you listen to you, and the end when it's Q&A, question and answer, they'll ask you one question. And then you say, I'll get back to you on this. So don't accept to speak if you don't know what you're talking about. It's critical. That's the biggest no really. There's a reason why the children, little children, first essay they write is myself. In any school, at least I know in Ghana, the first essay they write is myself. Why? Why do you think that's so? Because who knows more about yourself than you? In fact, if you haven't spoken about before and I call you up and say, tell us about yourself, you can do it. Can't you? Yes, you can. Even if you're lying, we won't even know. Because we can't check. It's just you and your imagination, you know. Yeah, so saying no to stuff you don't know anything about, all right? Very important. Still spelling journalism, A stands for audience. These are the most important people in your public speaking endeavors. It's not you, it's the audience. It's not about you, it's about the audience. So you've got to know as much as you can about your audience before you start talking to them. It's critical. Who they are, what their average age is, what it is that they do, how long do they have, what do they have to take from your talk. Before this talk happened, a lot of people bear witness that I went around and asked you what you expected from the talk. You've got to know what people are expecting. So it's always good to even come to the venue very early so you can meet people and chat with them. It also helps you in getting rid of nerves. Because after you've met somebody in the beginning and you come and stand on the stage, you will see familiar faces that are here. I see Gabriella, I see Debbie, I see Michael. So many people I've met here before the talk happened. So your audience, treat them with respect. Come early, meet them, talk to them, chat with them, introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Debbie. Come to talk on. There is. Yeah. And then what are you expecting from the talk? Don't tell him, and you can weave it into the talk. Those whose names I mentioned are sometimes smiling when you mention their names. Yeah, so that also puts somebody on your side, you know. And once they're smiling, they won't be frowning. They're with you, okay? So audience critical. You meet them before. During the talk, you ask for feedback from them if you think that they are not following what you're doing. At the end, you ask for questions, which I'll do when this is over. You know, ask for questions, do a Q&A, keep your audience on the same page with you. Without an audience, you are just talking in the air. And you're a candidate for one of the awards at any of the psychiatric hospitals. I don't want that to happen. Okay, L. L is for learn. Okay. So learning to speak in public, so many ways. This is one of the ways. When you come to a seminar and you speak, or you listen to somebody who knows what he's talking about. So you can go to a seminar, you can actually go to other talks. So for example, if you went to the Springboard Roadshow over the weekend, you would have learned quite a lot from the speakers who spoke there. So you look at them and you learn from what they are doing. How do they introduce themselves? How do they move from one point to the next point? How do they engage the audience? You know, you can learn from politicians, I say politicians, and professors, all the P's. You can learn from them. So you go to a political rally, don't go there as a spectator. Don't go there as a fan or as a supporter. Go there as just a student and watch how do they make persuasive statements to convince the audience of their message. How do they get into the minds of their audience? You can do that, you know. You go to church or you go to the mosque, look at the preacher and listen to how the preacher makes the sermon, constructs the sermon. What do they do that keeps you engaged? God is good. All the time. They want to see whether people are awake. They want to know whether you are with them. You know, simple little tricks. They work. Teachers do it. Teachers, the good ones, great communicators. They're always asking you for feedback. They're giving you illustrations, examples, statistics to back whatever they're saying. And all of that is a learning process. So that's offline. Now, online, well, there's a plethora of sources. You know, so you have free public speaking courses. Like, just Google it, free public speaking course. They're there. Video courses, email courses. Go to YouTube, just type in public speaking tips. Plenty. You can actually engage with the people who put the videos up. There's a comment box there. So, hey, I want you to help me with this. They come back to you, you know. Apart from the free ones, there are paid ones too as well. So, I mean, the opportunity to learn or to improve public speaking is there, either in real life or in the virtual world. So all you need to do is take advantage of it. Simple as that. You know? I is for interact. Interact. Yes. What is interaction? Interaction is communication that is it's two-way. It's not just one way. You're not just speaking to people like that. You know, you're speaking to them, they're coming back to you, and you interact with, eye contact. It's important. You know, so you look at people, you make your point to them, and watch them. You're always scanning. You are checking out what is happening in the hall and making contact with them. You understand? With your eyes. It's so important. Interaction, very, very critical. You do that with your eyes. You do that with questions. You know, are you following? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you sure about this? How many of you would like to become better public speakers? Show by hand, please. So that's a small poll right there. You know? Yes. How many of you don't need any help with public speaking at all? Yeah, so everybody needs some help. It could be big help, it could be small help. But all help will help. Alright? Apologies to Nanado. Alright? So interaction is really important. And I just got you guys to smile at me. So I'm happy. You know, the interaction is working. I'm getting my feedback. So the things that I am teaching are the things that I'm putting in practice right now so that I can get feedback from you. It's really important. You know, don't think of it as, oh Charlie, I'm so tense. I want to do this as fast as possible and get the heck out of here. So you come and rap to this, and you're gone. It's a conversation. It's a conversation. It's a dialogue. It's not a monologue. It's a dialogue. Leave the monologues to Shakespeare, Hamlet, and all those guys talking alone. You know? But in public speaking, it is give and take. Give and take. You know? That's how it works. So interaction is critical. You need to up your interaction levels. Okay? Now S stands for speed. And it's related to something I just said. So you are so nervous that you want to do the thing quickly and run away. You know? And it's a mistake because you see, you want to be understood by as many people as possible. That's why it's public speaking, it's not private speaking. And speed can play a big role in it. So if you speak very fast, like everybody wants to know what you're saying because you're going too fast and like, what is he saying? But you've got to slow down and deliver your messages so that the person at the back of the room, if it's a very huge room and you're using a microphone, it will take some time for the words to get to the end. If you speak too fast, all the words crash against one another like a pile-up on the Nima highway. You know, somebody hits his brakes too suddenly and all the other boom, 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 boom. And then the insurance people will be smiling. If you're not insured. If you're insured, you'll not be smiling because you'll have to pay. So you take your time, deliver your work. Look, the serious speakers who are taking serious, do not rush. You hear the finance minister giving his speech in parliament when he's delivering the budget. He's in no hurry. He's reading his speech, taking his time. When the president is giving his inauguration speech, when your pastor or your imam is delivering his sermon, they don't run. They take their time. You know, the CEO of a company is talking about the company's performance last year at the annual general meeting. Taking their time. Presidential speeches. You've got to be relaxed, taking a deep breath, speak slowly. And you see, the thing is, when you speak slowly and you get lost somewhere, you can actually just stop and smile, and then your words will come back. But if you're speaking too fast, you are likely to make mistakes. You may give wrong information, you may make pronunciation errors, and your whole speech will sound jumbled and not professional. So take your time. Watch your speed, don't overspeed, okay? M stands for mistake. This is basically like a recap of a lot of things I've said. So there are mistakes in public speaking, not knowing what you're talking about, but you go and talk anyway. Going too fast when you should take your time and go slow. Not looking at your audience. So the whole speech is like, hi, my name is Kafri Day. I'm a communications trainer and a corporate master of ceremonies. Today, I'll be talking about public speaking, and I'll be giving you 10 tips based on the word journalism. So J for jokes, O for prepare, U for narrate, R for read, N for know, A for audience, L for learn, I for interact, S for speed, M for mistakes. As you can see, this is going to be a very interesting conversation because I have a lot of information to give to you. And all you guys are seeing is, what is wrong with this guy? Probably admiring my hairstyle. If I'm bald, you're looking at my bald patch. And I'm not interacting with you. So it's a mistake. You've got to look into people's faces. Okay? Don't be afraid of, and this is a big one, people are afraid that they will be laughed off the stage or they'll make a mistake. And that's a big mistake in itself. Because the secret is that once you stand in front of an audience to speak, 80%, if not 90% of the people want you to do well. Because nobody was forced to come and sit here and listen to this talk. People came here, you came here because you had the feeling that, or you were confident that you learned something that you can take away with you right now. So already people are on your side. Yesterday I went to watch Captain Marvel with my kids and my niece and my nephew. It's one of the new Marvel movies. Yeah. And we bought our popcorn and our drinks. We entered the dark room and we sat down, we watched all the trailers, and we waited for the movie to start. We did not expect the movie to be bad, even though we hadn't seen the movie. That's the kind of expectation that people have when they come to a talk. They listen to you. Or if it's a presentation in front of your class, people are expecting you to give some good information. So don't be afraid of what may not happen. Fear is a big mistake. It's natural, but it's a mistake. False expectation appearing real. Fear. So false expectation. You're thinking of all the things that can go wrong. How about thinking of all the things that can go right? So all the things that can go right for me is that at the end of this talk, I get a nice G.I.J. round of applause. At the end of this talk, people are smiling. At the end of this talk, they are asking me so many questions that you have to ask for more time. Those are positive expectations. And you can use them as affirmations. So before you get on the stage, talk to yourself. And I suggest that you do this when nobody's around you. You wonder what is happening. Great. And you have good talks. Everything. I can sit there and hear that applause. Motivate yourself. You don't have to wait for anybody to motivate you. Motivate yourself. Yes. So that's one mistake to avoid. Necessary fear that everything will go wrong. Everything can go right. And if everything goes wrong, there's always another day. There's always another day. Okay? So those are the 10 tips you can use right now. Be careful about jokes. They can backfire on you. You need to over-prepare your talk so that you deliver it with all the sweat having been done in the past. You don't underrate any public speaking occasion. Reading is important. You've got to read the audience, read yourself, read your stuff so that you are fully prepared. Say no to topics you know nothing about. Say no to things that you drink that can put you in trouble. You know, if your voice. Say no to boring. Don't be boring. Be interesting. A is for audience. Respect the audience. Know as much as you can about them. L is for learning. It's a continuous learning process. So you've got to read, and there are so many sources of material for you to learn from. In real life, by going to talks like this, by observing people, and then by reading as well, taking courses. I is for interact. You've got to, if there's anybody here whose eyes I have not looked into during this talk, please let me know. Yes, you've got to look into people's faces and let them know that you are interacting with them. It's a conversation. S is for speed. Do not go so fast that you yourself, your mouth is ahead of your brain. Your brain is in Accra and your mouth is in Tamale. Take your time. And then M is for mistakes that you should avoid. Fear is natural, but it shouldn't dominate your performance. And people are on your side. People want you to succeed. So if you have that frame of mind, you do well. You don't need anybody to motivate you. That M can also be for motivate. Motivate yourself. Say the affirmations. And have a positive frame of mind as you go out there. Remember, you always must have the objective. You must find out what is it that the people want to learn, and you give it to them. That's it. It's not really about you, it's about the audience. Once they understand and comprehend, you're done. Those are your 10 tips you can use right now to make your next public speaking performance a greater one than before. I'm ready to take your questions. Thank you very much. All you need to do is just raise your hand and put me on the spot. Remember, the moment you ask somebody a question, you have the power. And then the person who is supposed to answer is on the spot. So I'd like to get a couple of questions. I heard that you guys are smart, curious, inquisitive, and you want to learn as much as you can about it. So just raise your hand and I will answer the questions right now. Okay. Now the black. I know you have a question. You're smiling. What's your question? Yes. Oh, you can sit down. Have a seat. Yeah.
You were talking about saying no to chill water.
Yes.
Milk beverages. What if those are the stuff I like?
Well, you see, the professional does things that may not be pleasant for the result that he wants. I do not think Cristiano Ronaldo enjoys doing extra free kick training after the general training has been done, because that's what he does. Even at this age, at the grand old age of 30-something, he still does extra practice. Because he wants to be flawless when he gets to the pitch. He will do penalty drills over and over again so that when you get the last minute penalty, you can score and knock out Atletico Madrid and go to the next round and go and play a cheaper team, hopefully win the Champions League. You know? So being a professional is doing things that are sometimes not pleasant, so that you can get a pleasant outcome at the end. If you like chilled drinks, hey, just for the purpose of your talk, let the chilled drinks chill. Take your room temperature water and drink it. Because in the end, it's not you, it's about the audience. If you give a good performance, it's for the audience. Pastor Potable says he always wants to give an excellent sermon because he really doesn't know whether the person who is listening to him has tuned in for the very first time. You understand? And then they tune in for the very first time and they get a poor performance. He may never tune in or she may never tune in again. And that is the kind of impression we'll have. So if you want to be a great communicator, try and eliminate the things you can change. The things that you can deal with, eliminate them. If the cold water will make your voice sound like this, you don't want to drink cold water. It's so simple. How long will you talk for? 45 minutes, 30 minutes, you're done. After, go and drink all the yogurt in the world. Yes, but before the talk, prepare. Okay? So, look. Salted peanuts is bad. I love peanuts. I think peanuts were made for me, groundnuts. They had me in mind when they grew peanuts, man. But you see, if it's salted, it dries your throat. There's a reason why when you go to one of the top hotels, 5-star hotels, you sit down in the lobby, after 2 minutes the waiter will come and they'll offer you some free peanuts. And I asked one of the hotel managers, why did they give us free peanuts? They said, oh, you get thirsty. And then you order drinks. The salt in the peanuts makes your throat dry. Yeah, so they don't really do you a favor. They know you order a drink. Your throat will get thirsty. You get thirsty, then you order a drink. And then that's when they can make the money. How much is a bowl of peanuts versus a bottle of beer in a 5-star hotel? You understand? So if you deal with all the achomo and the salted stuff before you go and speak, you may have a problem. Leave it to the end. For me, when I'm emceeing, when I'm speaking, I don't like to eat too much. That would disturb me. I mean, if you have a stomach problem in the middle of your talk, you're in big trouble. There's no way, you're in jail, so you can't leave. Yeah, so please, the stuff that you like that can hurt you, put it aside. Okay? Definitely no alcohol. Don't get tipsy on the stage for that kind of fake courage. Alcohol courage can get you on the wrong path. You say things that you should have said. Okay, lady in the nice blue outfit. Yes.
Okay, in case you're talking to your audience and you realize they don't like what you are saying, but what you are saying is important. Can you crack a joke for them to put smiles on their face?
Well, what you say is important, says who? The audience must find what you are saying important. There are a lot of politicians, I will not name them, but they always thought they had an important message. But the audience thought otherwise. It's not about you, it's about the audience. So if you are finding some pushback or people are not really getting what you're saying, I say feedback is important, so you look at people's faces. If you realize that you're not getting the kind of reaction you want, you can say, I see that you don't follow the points I actually make right now. What concerns do you have about that case? Then you throw them the opportunity for them to come out and tell you what is on their mind. Then you can address it and move on. Yes. But don't assume that your message is important and these people are they so daft or dumb. Can't they get this message? No, it doesn't work like that. They need to get the message. If the people are not getting the message, this is your fault. You the communicator. You haven't sent the message in a form or manner that they will absorb. For example, so somebody went to one of the rural areas and he thought it was going to be a great message, but he kept using his left hand and making his points. He was a left-handed person. And he realized that people were not too happy with the speech, although he was making sense. And halfway through the speech, I think he was called and said, look, guy, what you're doing is contrarily not right. You don't gesticulate with our left hand. I feel sorry for the left-handed people. I have a son who is left-handed. Sometimes he wants to eat with his left hand. Because that's him. How many left-handed people are here? Yeah, it's tough for them. You know, but because that is his strong hand. And they told him, you know what, you just keep your left hand down and gesticulate with your right hand. Because culturally in Ghana, that is what is accepted. And when he started doing that, he realized that now this distraction was no longer there. You were not thinking, is this guy well trained? Why is he talking to us when pointing his left hand at us? Everything, that feedback was taken, that distraction, the noise in the communication loop was taken away, and he was able to get his message across. So please, it's not about you have an important message. You must always check for understanding. Are you following what I am saying? Am I clear? Is there anything that you want me to expand on? That's the way to do it. More questions? I'm excited. Lady in the pink and the glasses.
I have 3 questions.
Go ahead.
One, have you ever flopped in your delivery before?
Have I ever flopped in my delivery before?
Yes. And then my second question is, how do you prepare for an impromptu speech?
Ah, okay.
And then what is the difference between delivering a lecture and then having a public speaking?
Okay, I'll start with the end, and you remind me if I lose it.
Yes.
Right. So, a lecture, normally the academic lectures, you will, the ones I've seen anyway, you deliver your paper, it's probably written. So mostly they don't talk off the top of their heads. They write everything down because it's going to be a record that they'll keep somewhere. They just read it. And sometimes they take questions, sometimes they don't. But it's still a public speaking event. Okay, your speech is written, which means you're going to read everything. But that doesn't mean that you should read your whole lecture looking at the speech without making eye contact with the audience. There's a way of reading. So you can read, when you look at your script, don't just look at one word after the other. You can take in a chunk of words. So you can see that you could break a sentence down into two. So you look at maybe the first part of the sentence and keep that in your head and speak it to the audience while looking at them. Then look back briefly on your speech, take the rest of the sentence and look at them. So then you have the impression that you are looking at people and speak. It's very important for you to look at people and speak. Otherwise, you will not know whether you are going off. It's tempting to want to chew your speech and then present it because you see people on TV doing that. A lot of people on TV, especially the politicians, they have a teleprompter. So they have their speech on two screens, one here and one there. So you think that they are looking at you and speaking, but they're actually looking at their screen, which is scrolling. Newsreaders, that's how they read the news. So they'll be looking at and reading it. They have two teleprompters. And you think that, oh, the person is really talking off the top of his head, but most of the times they're probably reading, you know. So a lecture is a public speaking event. It's very formal. You are reading out your message. You're talking about academic lecture, right? Yeah, you are reading your message, and it's going to be recorded somewhere on a website, or it's going to be recorded as a video file or an audio file. But you can still use the principles that we talked about to communicate better. Be careful about jokes, keep your interaction on, look for feedback. Yeah, but generally you read it from beginning to end and probably take questions at the end. The second question was,
how do you deliver
impromptu speech? But don't rush into it, first of all. Most of the time, the impromptu speech will not be a 30-minute affair. Probably there's a function, maybe a birthday or an anniversary, some happy occasion, and they say, oh, we'd now like to call on Paul to give us, just say thank you to our audience. You know, the simpler you keep it, the better. This is no time for you to go and show off. If a public speaking is not about showing off, it's about comprehension. So if it's a thank you speech, you can, I mean, in Ghana, there are so many, the first person who will thank in this country is probably God. So you know, when they say thank you, well, first of all, thanks go to Almighty God, number one. And if it's an event, of course, the organizers for putting it together, the audience for coming, and we thank our celebrant for inviting us. And then you're done, really, it don't take too long. So, but you think about what you're saying before you come, and take your time before you launch into your impromptu speech. Don't just dive into it. If you are called from the back of the hall, as you're walking in, take your time and just mentally make note of the things you're going to say. Most human beings can remember 4 things without having to write them down. So think of 4 things that you will say that will cover the generality of what you're going to say. So if you're thanking, of course, you thank God, you thank the organizers, you thank the guests, and then anybody else who traveled from near or far to make this a success. We thank you very much. You sit down. You're done. Okay? So if you're caught on the spot like that, you think of 4 things that you can speak about, and just briefly talk about them and sit down. All right? You are not the main speaker. You were just called, so you just deliver and go. Okay? The first question was, have I ever been called?
Have you ever flopped in your delivery before?
Have I ever flopped?
In your delivery before?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. It happens more often than you think. Yes. The thing is that we have learned to not draw attention to what is going wrong. You know? Yeah. So I don't apologize. I don't. So an event is starting late. It started like 1 hour late. You know? Audience is angry. When I get on the stage, boom, we go. Because my theory is that if you apologize for the late start, you're going to get more negative energy. Oh, you're not coming again. Then you have messed up the energy that you're moving with. So you just come in and say, look, it's good to be here. My name is Kafui. Thank you for, we start the show. Don't talk too much. Audiences don't like speakers who talk too much, whether you're an MC who talks too much or a public speaker who talks too much. Audiences don't like it, so keep it brief. Okay? I've jumbled over my words. I've gotten things mixed up. I have made somebody a doctor when the person was a professor. And I was called out very openly. Says, I'm a professor. Then when I came up on the stage again, I said, I deliberately put emphasis on the professor. People were laughing small, and I kept using professor to the end. You know, I've done that. So even today, I think I've made quite a few mistakes and errors. But the thing is, keep going. Don't highlight them. If you're watching the news and the newscaster makes a mistake and says, oh sorry, I'll take that again. All of a sudden, your antenna is up. Okay, what did she say that she wants to say again? But the real pros, they'll make the mistake and just keep going. And then they'll come back. If it was a word they mispronounced, they'll come back, find a way to pronounce the word again in the right way. You understand? So keep going. Don't stop. I like Facebook. I do Facebook Live shows. And I love Facebook because when the thing is on, you have to keep going. You don't stop until it's ended. You don't say, oh, I'll take it again. It's gone. You know? So, yes, I make mistakes every day, but I also review. So at the end of this event, I'm going to watch the thing. By the way, we're on Facebook Live, so I'm going to watch it and review. And make sure that the next time I will improve just by a little bit. Alright? You have a supplementary question?
Yes.
You should go to Parliament.
So if I am in the class,
Yes.
and I have been in GIJ for 4 years,
Yes.
so subsequently I know from the commander we've been doing presentation either in our next semester
Yes.
or once in a while in class. Then I realized that in as much as I have been doing presentation over and over again, I am not as better or best as I thought I would be within the shortest period of time. So in class, when I go and stand and I start shivering or maybe fumbling a bit for some few minutes, is it that I have not improved on my public speaking abilities, or I don't know what public speaking is?
No, it is normal for you to be nervous when you start the event or start speaking. It's normal. But there are ways you can minimize it. Like I said, don't rush into an event and start speaking. People will not find it amusing at all. You also put much pressure on yourself. But come early. So I was here before any of you came in. Yes, to check out the scene, to know what the whole place will be like, to meet some of you before we spoke. You understand? So those are things that push you on your openness. And don't worry about, look, there are people who are keen on themselves. Yes. There's even worse, beyond P, there's even worse, but I won't go there. Just because of speaking. Yeah. People have passed out. That's another P word. Yeah, you haven't passed out yet, have you? Yeah, so please. So just, the key thing is to get a good introduction and a good ending. That's what people remember most. Your intro. How did I start today's talk? People remember the beginning, remember the end. Okay? Yeah. So you make a mistake, continue. Keep going. Okay? Make sure you have a good ending. The ending is important because if your talk has to be cut short for some reason, you can jump straight to your ending. If you know the ending in your head. You understand? So it's important. Your intro is important because you're introducing yourself. Your end is also critical. Good questions. Yes. Somebody who hasn't spoken yet. Yes. One here now. Come there. Yes.
So please, with speed.
Yes.
If you have limited time,
Yes.
you have so much information to you.
Uh-huh.
Previous, I mean, from the beginning, you were doing 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
But then, as the event goes on, your time will reduce to 15 minutes. How do you do, how would you do with that?
Yeah. Don't bombard people with too much information. If you have a 30-minute talk, you can probably talk about 4 points. A 1 hour talk, maybe 6 points. 1.5 hour talk, maybe 9, 10 points. If you give too much information in a short talk, you will not get the impact you have because you want to rush to cover everything. Out of those 10 points you have in 30 minutes, what are the four most important? You speak of those ones. You know, keep it as simple as possible so that you don't have to speed. Have your intro, your introduction. So if they cut the talk, you can go straight to your ending and it's done. Okay? Don't be tempted to overload your stuff, your presentations. I take tips from my kids. My kids do like presentations in their school, secondary school, and it's just one slide, one thought, one picture, boom. So you look at the picture, and then see, human beings think in pictures. If I ask you, what did you have for breakfast today? I'm sure if you ate something, the picture of that thing is in your head now. What do you see in your head? Peanuts. Burkina. What do you have for breakfast today? Beverage. You can see that. You can see the cup. We think in pictures. You know, we think in pictures. So think about that. Cut down your information so you don't have to speak too much. Okay? It was a lady who was asking a question. It was you, yes. Yes and no. Yes. Good. Yes. So then by the end of your research, you have information about it. But don't go speak because you think, oh, I have a nice voice. And I know a lot of, because of my experience as a radio presenter, TV presenter, you know a lot of people come to you and say, oh, I want to go into TV or radio. I say, why? Oh, my voice is nice. You know, very good presenters who don't have nice voices.
Yeah.
But they have stuff that the audience wants to hear. It's not about you, it's about the audience. Okay? So, of course, if you research it, go for it. Yeah? Good. There was a gentleman who hasn't spoken, who raised his hand. Okay, I'll come to you later. Blue shirt.
So, I have two questions.
Go ahead.
One, I think we've already spoken to.
Yes.
So, the first one is about rounding up.
Yes.
How do you round up when you have just about 5 minutes
Okay.
remaining? Maybe if you want to add up to that. The second one is about posture. Should the speaker be moving around or keep still?
Okay.
So, if
Let's start with the last one. Was I all over the place today? Yeah. I try to discipline myself and stay in one place. Yeah. Otherwise, then everybody's eyes are following my work. Someone like you're dancing salsa. But everybody sees, people get dizzy at the end of your talk, you know. Try and stay in one place. Okay? So try and stay in one place as much as possible. It's nervous, it's uncomfortable because everybody's looking at you. But you should think about the information you are giving them. And worry too much, don't worry too much about yourself. Think about your information. And your internal conversation should be, I hope they're getting what they're saying. So this lady in the green and yellow in the front, that is okay. I hope she's getting what I'm saying. Gentleman there in the black muscle tee, is he understanding? You know, that's to be your internal conversation. Okay? So try staying in one place. The first question was
rounding up.
rounding up. I did that when I was finishing. When I finished, I did a little summary. Some of the public speaking tutors say, this is the way to give a speech. Tell them what you are going to tell them. Tell them what you are telling them. And then tell them what you told them. Finish. Today we are going to talk about this. That's number one. Then talk about it. That's number two. And then at the end, tell them what you talked about. Finish. So I did that. I did my journalism. Boom, we talked. When we finished, I said, okay, these are the tips. We are done. So just recap what you said. Recap what you said in your body, the body of your talk. That becomes your conclusion. And then you can ask for questions, like I did. So just have a recap of your talk. So in summary, in short, in conclusion, to wrap up, to end, to close, to finish. Before I zoom out of here, these are the things we're talking about. Done. Questions? Yeah? Lady, gentlemen. I'm going lady, gentlemen, so you go first. Wine lady.
On the mistakes.
Mistakes, yes.
So I'm saying something, let's say a pronunciation of a word.
Yes.
I say it wrongly. You said we have a tendency of not drawing attention to mistakes.
Yes.
What if it's a figure? Let's say it's 1,000 and I say 100.
Yes.
Doesn't that affect our credibility in a way?
So you said 100 instead of 1,000?
Yes.
So come back and say it.
Oh, okay. So I don't get to skip over this one.
No, come back and say it's a figure. Look, for example, there's a reason why the finance minister reads his stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you were to say inflation, we are targeting inflation of 19% instead of the 9% he had said on the script. That is serious miscommunication. Yeah, so if figures, don't mess with figures, come back and say them. Yes, yeah. But I mean, if you call the coffee there instead of coffee day, it's not a mortal sin for you, the Catholics. Yeah, I'm not going to hell. You're not going to hell because you call the coffee there instead of day, or day, you know. Yeah, but figures, critical. If they are really important, Please. Don't tell us Ghana has 20 million people when we have 30. Don't take it. Yes. Gentleman and the wife.
Yes. On the no again, in the presentation you said it is better you don't accept invitations on come and pass through kind of thing. But sometimes there are some invitations you just can't say no to.
Like?
For instance, the SRC president was here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe during this program he was, and he said, oh, there's a program going on, so we want you to come and give a speech.
In what level, what level of notice did he give?
Maybe as the program is going on, or this morning, around 8 a.m.,
Okay.
he's told that at 11 a.m. a program is coming on.
Are you qualified to speak on the topic? Are you qualified to speak on the topic that he said you can speak on? If you are,
Just
fine.
a speech, student gathering.
Yes.
So as SRC president,
Uh-huh.
there's a program going on. So I want you to just come and give a speech
Yes.
there.
Yeah, but if you can accept, if you ask me further questions, how long do I have? What exactly am I supposed to achieve with this speech? Who are the people I'm speaking to? If you just say, come and give a speech, and you come there and just come and talk, you'll be wondering what's happening because you don't know why you have been invited, you don't know how long you have, you don't know who you are speaking to. Just come and give a speech. I don't think it's right. You need to know why you're giving the speech. You need to know who is there. You need to know how long you have. You need to know the objective of the speech. What is it meant to do? Is it meant to inform? Is it meant to educate? If it's meant to inform, you give statistics, you give numbers, you give illustrations. If it's meant to educate them, you show people how to do stuff. So I've written a book called How to MC Any Event. The book is like a course. Because I'm showing you how to do this, how to do that. If it's persuasive, then you want to know how to convince people to take this action instead of that action. If it's an entertaining speech, then you want people to be laughing. Yeah, so then you go into the realms of comedy and humor and satire, KSM, DKB, all those guys. So you need to know what the speech is going to do. The speech must always have an objective. Mine today was to give you tips. I've written a book called Public Speaking A to Z. It has 101 tips on speaking. These 10 are part of that book. I've also done an audio book, Speak in Public with Confidence. It's 101 tips. That's what you get if you send me the email to publicspeakinga2z@gmail.com. So you must know the objective of your speech. If you don't know, there's no point in speaking. Like the impromptu speech, they said, the speech, he says, impromptu, go and thank the people. So you know, as you're walking, then you know I'm thanking God. Thanking organizer. I'm thanking this, I'm thanking that, I'm sitting down. Yeah? Good. Lady at the back. Intimidating audiences. Okay.
You try something different and it's not working.
Okay.
How do you deal with that?
How do you deal with intimidating audience?
Yes.
Okay.
So do you go like, okay, I've been paid to do this, let me just do this and go? Or how do you work it
How
out?
do you deal with an intimidating audience?
Yeah.
Is that a problem with some of you?
Yes.
The audience is going to be intimidating. And especially student audiences can be intimidating, right? But they're very intimidating. When I was back in University of Ghana, I was in a band, a reggae band. I used to play keyboard in a reggae band. It's called Global Kites. And Rocky Dawuni was our lead vocalist. Nobody knew our band. So getting on the stage and facing people was intimidating. But we used to have our friends, we used to put our friends in the audience. So the moment we get on the stage, our friends are clapping. And everybody starts clapping. And then we have a nice platform for us to perform. I don't think you can do that if you're going to speak to people. You may not have the people in the audience who will be clapping for you, whether you do a great job or not. But remember, sometimes the fears in our minds are just overbloated and bigger than we think. So you will see somebody laughing or smiling in the audience while you're talking and you think the person is laughing at you. They probably are just remembering something that you said that was funny earlier on, and the effect has only come later. You know, it's like you punch the boxer and then he waits for 10 seconds and decides to fall. So maybe they decide to laugh 10 seconds after you have dropped some interesting comment. So don't think too much for people. Like I said, most of the time, the audience is on your side and they really want you to do well. That's the kind of assumption you should make first. Don't assume that everything is going to be bad. Assume that the people who are in the room, like now, are here because they have something, you have something that they want to take from you. Look, that frame of mind alone changes things. So you see somebody smiling and you think, the person is enjoying my talk. He may not, but in your mind, the person is enjoying my talk, and you smile small. Smile at the person smiles back, at least one supporter. You see, so you can de-intimidate, if there's such a word, a crowd, by coming in with that mentality that, look, this is a crowd that is here to learn something from me. And the fact I wasn't put on the stage by chance. I have something I'm going to give to them. So hey, let's go and give it to them. Like I said, a lot of the speaking happens before you get on the stage. Please, make it a habit to get to wherever you're going to speak early. Look, that alone can take away 50% of your fears. The fact that you've met some of the audience. I met you earlier. I met you. In every row, there are people I've met before I came and stood here. So those people, if you're polite and you introduce yourself in a friendly, non-threatening way and get their name also. And it's a simple way to do it. I'm going to try this right now. Who haven't I met in this room? Who haven't I met? Have I met you? Okay, good. So I'm going to introduce myself to them. Okay? So you just listen and observe. Are you ready for me? Okay. So hi, my name is Kafi Day, and you are? Your name is? Ghana Story. I got her name. I mentioned her name. I should mention my name first, and I said, and you are? Left a gap for her to fill her name in it. If I had gone and said, who are you? If the person is a real guy, then I say, are you who are you? A real guy will say, are you who are you? Come on from there! And then there's a wall. You know? But you're polite. You go there, you mention your name. Hi, my name is Kafi, I'm the MC. And you are. And she says, yeah, the story. If you didn't hear it well, ask her to repeat it. And then use the name again. So yeah, the story is really nice to meet you. What's been your experience so far?
I've had fun. First of all, I love your outfit and your recently.
Thank you.
Really nice. And I should say I've learned a lot. I didn't come with high expectations. I didn't plan on coming with my friends strategy.
Okay. Thank you very
I have a
much.
question for you.
Thank you. She's taking advantage. Go ahead. I like that. Great.
Okay, so this question is based on a personal experience.
Yes.
And I received an invitation to MC the church's worship seminar. So I did all my research. I asked the guy, what kind of congregation am I going to be emceeing? He said, oh, they are Jew. I said, what language do they speak? This was in Teshi.
Exactly.
And then he said English. And then I said, okay. So I just wanted to know some of like the customs or the cultures of the church. I got everything on point. So the day arrived and he came to pick me up 30 minutes late. So the MC arrived 30 minutes late. I got there and the church was largely made of adults, not youth. And this was not like an English audience. Ga and Chi. And I'm so terrible at communicating, especially in Ga and Chi, especially to a large audience, because I've not mastered the language. So he wanted to hand over the mic to me, and then, okay, he wanted to hand over the mic to me, and I told him to let someone else MC the event because I didn't know how to communicate to the audience in Chi.
Okay.
What would you have rather than if you were in my situation? Because he had paid me.
Okay, good. So I have had the opportunity to MC events where I did not speak the language with the language that was being spoken by the majority of the audience. So when I get an inkling of that, then I try and co-opt somebody to be my translator. So I don't think I ran away from the event. So I stood there, I did the event, but I had somebody who would translate my English into whatever language that the people spoke, and it worked well. There was another situation when I was on GH1 TV, and we booked King Ayisuba, the musician, to come in for an interview, and I was the one to interview him, not my co-presenter who speaks P and Fanti. So before the interview, the guy comes up to me where during the commercial break. During the commercial breaks on television, that's where we can also get to speak with the artists. So when the commercial break is going on, know that we also do the stuff. Then he says, "Look at you, 73 and that is the 100% of all the tree that I really have." I said, "No, I can't do the interview in tree." Then I had a brainwave. I said, "Charlie, make we do a broken inside. We go see the interview." He said, "Yeah, no problem." So I went on the set and I did the interview in Pidgin English. That was the only Pidgin English interview I've done on GH1. And it went down well. Of course, I used to speak Pidgin, I speak Pidgin. And everybody understands Pidgin. Because it's yeah. And so it worked, you understand? So if you can't speak Pidgin, try and get somebody who speaks the language that you're not familiar with. So it's almost like a situation in church where you have the pastor speaking in English and then another one is a Sogoma, they're speaking Arabic. And then you are doing, then it's in, not in English, and that kind of thing. We are going, I don't know how to say it in Hausa, but if you can help me, no problem. But yeah, try and get a translator. It works. Okay? Get somebody who, yes, the person who invited you, somebody invited you, call the person, say, "Look, I can speak the language. Can you help me in the translation?" Because I'm sure he would have spoken Ghana. You could have done it together. And there would have been people in the audience who would have understood your English anyway. And you don't embarrass yourself. I remember I went to Kumasi when the Asantehini's mother died. And I was doing this with Chi. Me who doesn't speak that rich. It was fun and people would laugh and things, but I didn't feel myself. You know, I could have done it in English and got somebody to do the translations for me. If the BBC comes to Kumasi, they'll do the interview in English and then overdub it. Or they'll get the interview done in English and then, or in Chi and then do it into the language of their audiences. So if you can get somebody to help you with the translation, it's perfect. If you can't, then you probably will have to give them back their money. You didn't return the money. And you didn't do the work too.
Yes. No.
Yeah, the story. Yeah.
No, I was
And because they brought you late.
No,
You brought you late, yeah.
You gave me wrong information,
Okay.
and I get there, I'm invited to sit at the high table, and I can't do the job.
Enjoy the money. Enjoy the money. Enjoy the money. I agree. I agree. Questions are flowing. You've gone already. I'll hasn't gone yet. I'll come to you.
Okay. Kafi,
Yes, sir.
Thanks very much for the lecture. I think I'm really privileged to be here.
Thank you. Well,
So my question is, I'm a marketing associate.
yes.
So I just saw it on Twitter and just decided to
Oh,
come
nice.
because you're somebody I really follow. So it was an opportunity. At least I'm not paying.
Yes.
Anyway, so what I want to ask is, my work is really is kind of involves much of public speaking.
Yes.
So as a marketing person, I get to meet customers and I run projects where I have to meet like a whole community and talk to them.
Sure.
Now, one of the things I really do to engage my audience is the jokes.
Yes.
Like, it really works for me. Joke, like saying something to catch their attention and all that. But in your lecture, you mentioned that jokes are not, too, and it's something I know, but for me, it really works.
For you.
I don't know if it's good to continue or it's something I have to. And then the other thing is, one thing I've realized about myself is I'm really full of energy.
Yes.
But when I'm supposed to speak in public and I realize the energy from the public isn't too good, then it kind of affects me as well. How can I work on that?
Okay. Let's start with jokes. So you tell the jokes, but then do you realize, you see that you need to be, if you say a joke, you have to keep saying jokes.
Okay, so usually what I do is I try to link it to the presentation I'm doing.
That's what I was saying, that it has to be relevant. Don't just throw something out of nowhere. There's nothing to do, even if it were I was talking to air traffic controllers and people who fly. Bringing in an Ethiopian Airlines joke is just distasteful. Yeah. If it is a humorous observation, something that is relevant to what you're saying, by all means, relevance is when people hear things that are relevant to them, it clicks with them. So please, if it's relevant and it's entertaining, it's funny, go ahead and do it. Just don't bring in something that is completely out of line. And I always repeat this example. So this has actually happened at a wedding. So you MCs who always want to be funny, be careful. From nowhere, this guy started this joke. He said, "Oh, I'm going to tell you a joke," and that is the first mistake. When you announce that the joke is coming. Yeah, no. This is not like the bridegroom is coming to the traditional marriage. Oh, he's coming. Oh, no. So I will never tell you a joke. You want to save some time. You want to pass time. Then he says a joke about some accident that occurred somewhere in Ghana, you know, and it was quite a fatal accident. Lots of people died, and the media descended on the village to get eyewitness accounts. So the villagers come and then they gather and they start asking the questions. And the guy says, "Oh, we're on the farm, we're digging, we're doing our business, you know, uprooting our cassava, yeah, blah, blah," and we had bang! And then we came out and we saw two tractors which are crashed. There was blood, there was glass, there was steel. Some of the people who were alive were still screaming. And there were casualties. So how many people died? Oh, 4 people and 2 people. 4 people and 2 people. Exactly. What do you mean by that? So 4 people died, and then every people or the Agbe people are not, so it's another category. Yeah, so, exactly. And the father of the groom asked that question. He said, "For real?" and walked out of the wedding. Yes. This is the guy who paid for the wedding reception. He said, "Did you?" Yeah. We can't sit here. I pay for this wedding reception. You disrespect me and my people. Let's go. End of wedding reception. Yeah, real story. So be careful. Why are you talking about accidents at a wedding? Huh? It's a wedding. You're talking about accidents? It's totally irrelevant. A wedding is about the couple. Everything you say must be to the praise and glorification of the couple. Praise the woman even more than the guy. Most of the time, the guys are looking at the numbers of people. We invited 200, there's 300 people here. To the front of the face, and he's thinking about how much they're paying. But the woman is looking beautiful. Say it. Hey, we were happy to be at the wedding of Ya and Yao. You know, they look great together. We wish them the best for their marital life, and you make it nice and relevant and happy. You don't crack accident jokes at a funeral, at a wedding. You know, it's just out of the point. Have I answered your 2 questions? Second one. Energy. You are responsible for the energy of your audience. Breaking news. Don't blame the audience if there's no energy. You are responsible. That's why I made you guys sing when I started. I wanted to raise your energy a little bit. You are responsible for the energy of your audience. So find ways. If energy is flagging, you can do icebreakers. Get people to, you know, do some activity that gets people up. You understand? Especially after lunch. If you are an MC and you come back after lunch, people have eaten, their food is digested, they're sleeping. Get them up to do something, jump up and down, do some exercises, go around and introduce yourself to 4 people, come back and tell us who they are, things like that. You've got 15 people, it is your fault if the energy is not there. So please, that's your responsibility. Who else? You.
Okay, Kafri.
Yes.
For your presentation, a speaker must know and then research on an event.
Yes.
I was at a birthday party yesterday, even 10 minutes, 5 minutes to time, I was called to MC the event. I know birthday is normal enough for everyone to do. But what if it wasn't a birthday party, but a program like this?
A program like this to MC it?
Yes.
I think this is easier than a birthday.
Yes.
I mean, what work has the MC done today? The MC introduced me and I was there. Yes! Birthdays, you are dealing with, you know, and birthdays I think are the most complex. Yeah. Because you have 2 families. And then you'll be there and then an auntie will come, one will come and say, I'm the auntie of Ya. Why am I going to be served first? Or somebody come and say, crack some jokes. The energy is low, crack some jokes. Why? You know? Oh, aren't you going to feed us? Let's take pictures, let's do this, like MC, like no. You know? Those things are, social events are really, really taxing. Corporate events, academic events are pretty cool. The MC here, who is the MC? Yes. MC, she's cool, she's part of the audience, man. She's enjoying this. You know, so birthday parties social events, funerals are not that bad in Ghana. Because apart from getting the person to do the opening prayer, and then you making announcements of funeral donations, there's nothing much really. Then if it's time for food, you just, if it's takeaway packs, people go around and they distribute. If it's buffet, you come to go to the table to eat. Yeah, just reading announcements of donations. It's not tough. It's not that tough. Other social events can be a bit tricky. Yeah, but if you just prepare, if you have somebody, if you have one person from the organizing committee of that event who you can relate with, that's the only person who will give you information about, okay, this speaker is not coming. Or the person we put on the program for the opening prayer is not here, so we're bringing somebody else. Or somebody's car needs to be moved from here. Please announce it. Your unique contact person is the one who gives you that information. Apart from that, you're good to go. All right, guys. We're wrapping up. Yes.
Yeah, most of my questions have been answered.
Okay. Give me the one that has not answered.
So,
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, the kind of the sort of people you meet that determine the kind of words you use, and that the use of vocab add value to our speeches.
Okay. That's a critical question. Some people think that they need to speak. You have to sound more important and more complex and more technical if you have an audience of maybe ministers or MPs. No. I believe the simpler the communication, the better. The simpler the communication, the better. Don't try to show off because you think that there are big people in the audience. Just be yourself, but know how to address them. If it's a formal invitation, if it's a formal event, and you have the president there, definitely you want to acknowledge it's the president first. It's the president, and if you are not too sure of the order after the president, you can just say, Mr. President, distinguished guests, good morning. American style. Americans don't waste time. Hello, everybody. My name is Kath. You are gone. You know, we like to list things. Mr. Speaker, this, that. You spend 2 minutes just announcing people before you talk. You know, keep it simple. People shouldn't be looking into dictionaries anytime you open your mouth. Okay, keep it simple. But on the other hand, you should know as many words as you can for any single word. We'll do a little exercise right now. Okay. So Brian Tracy says you should know 100 words for every word that you use. Maybe he's exaggerating, but I get the point. Know as many as you can. Let's have a simple word like, we're going to get at least 20, okay? So a simple word like, let's have a nice, happy word. Okay, nice. A word like nice. What are the synonyms we can have for nice? Come on, shout them out. Nice.
Ice.
Synonym. Synonym, well? Beautiful. Okay, let's go. Pretty. Okay, let's go. Okay, lovely. More. Cute. Okay. We want 20. Pleasant. Juicy. Okay. Yeah, the banana was nice. Banana was juicy. Why not? It's right. It's the context. Juicy can be nice in the context. Anymore? Great. Yeah, great.
Splendid.
Great. Yeah, there we go. Splendid. I had elegant. Elegant. Amazing. Let's go. Pleasurable. Awesome. Have you got 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Attractive. Nice. Let's go. Interesting. Good. It's a nice story. Interesting. Exciting. Sexy. Yeah. Gorgeous. Okay. Wonderful.
Good.
You guys are, I see, good. Simple one. How many now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Give me 2 more. Come on. Elated. Elated is excited. Nice. Try again. Astounding. I heard astounding. It's nice. It's a level of niceness. Any more?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah. Let's keep going. Only 22.
Fine.
Fine. Yeah. It's a fine guy. It's a nice guy. Yeah. Just think of human beings. How you do? Charlie, fine guy. Nice guy. Fine. Huh? Fresh guy. You see? Fresh guy.
Sweet.
Hot. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah. Sweet.
Spicy.
Spicy. Yeah. Why not? Yeah. A spicy guy or girl? Spicy girl. Hey, spicy. I haven't heard this one before. Wow. I'm gonna use this on my wife tonight. You're looking spicy. I'll try it tonight. Anymore. Has anybody put gorgeous there?
Yes.
It's gorgeous there?
Yes.
Have I written it?
Yes.
Wow. Any more?
Decent.
Decent. Yeah, nice. It's a nice boy. It's a decent boy. The ones you can bring home and your mother will be happy. Proper. Yeah, nice. Proper. It's a proper chick. Oh. Stunning. Yeah, stunning. You get my point? Yes, so many. Look, this is just one word though. Nice. So, and we love nice in Ghana. Oh, Charlie, how is it? Oh, it's nice. Oh, how is the guy? Oh, he's a nice guy. Oh, Charlie, the guy is spicy, man. I met some. So that's the point, you see. Use simple language. Use one monosyllabic words over double. So for example, nice, good, not cute, short, nice words. You know, I even use nice again.
Great.
You know, the more the syllables it has, the more complicated it becomes. So journalist is nice, media practitioner, which is what we like to use.
Yes.
But journalist is great. Medical practitioner, when you can use doctor. Nocturnal security operative. What is that? Watch what? Yeah. Nocturnal security operative. Hey, has he got a bulletproof? Is he wearing a mask? It's just a watchman, you know? Yeah, so go for simple over complicated. The books I write, I make sure my kids who are very young should be able to read the books without much wahala. Thank you so much, everybody. Remember, for my free gift, please, the website, the email address is publicSpeaking@gmail.com, okay? If you send an email there, in the subject, just put ACOBooks.com. This is Ghana's first publisher of audiobooks. And my new audiobook, Speak with Confidence, Speak in Public with Confidence, 101 tips you can use right now. It will come on ACOBooks before the end of this month. But I'm giving you a free chapter from my book. If you just go to your website, your email, and then send me an email to publicspeaking A-to-Z@gmail.com. In the subject is ACOBooks.com. I want to end by saying you've been a wonderful audience. Tomorrow, God willing, I'll be at Ghana Technology University College at Tesano. I'll be giving another seminar on public speaking. It will be on Facebook Live. This event was on Facebook Live. My Facebook address is Kafui Day Host. So facebook.com/Kafui, Kafuidey host. Go there, please like my page, and you get this event there. And tomorrow's event will be on the same place, God willing. My name is Kafui Day. It's been a pleasure. Have a beautiful rest of the day.